So I have some prepared remarks, but I don't know how I'm going to open these up with this in my hand, but give me a second. Of course, I'd like to thank the judges. I'd like to thank the National Book Foundation. I would like to thank all of the co-finalists. I would like to thank my family who's here, my mother, Carol Rogers, and my father, Larry Rogers, who, from the moment I could see, were reading books. I'd like to thank my brother, Akil Rogers, who really, for me, represents the beauty of humanity. Also here is my father-in-law, B.T. Edmonds. I'd like to thank him. Actually, this book sort of came out of a conversation that we had. I, of course, would like to thank my wife, Ibram Kendi, who spent many days listening to early drafts and would always encourage me and has really encouraged me to this point. And it's just been my biggest advocate. I'm truly thankful to be her partner in life. I, of course, would like to thank Nation Books. Of course, we're challenging power, one book at a time. I'd like to thank my editor, Katie, who, of course, we've spent many hours talking, and you know, she, of course, believed in my work. I'd like to thank Clive Priddle, of course, for, from the beginning, believing in me that I could produce this history of racist ideas. I'd like to thank my agent, Aisha Pandey, who I think when Aisha and I first met, I think I was 29, 30 years old, and you know, she believed that I could produce this 29-year-old. I, of course, would like to thank the newest addition to my family. Some of you have seen her tonight. It's my 6-month-old daughter. And she truly is the best award that I've received all year. No offense to the National Book Foundation. And her name, we named her Imani. And Imani in Swahili means faith. Faith. Her name, of course, has a new meaning for us as the first Black president is set to leave the White House, and as a man who was emphatically endorsed by the Ku Klux Klan is about to enter. Faith. I just want to let everyone know that I spent years looking at the absolute worst of America, its horrific history of racism. But in the end, I never lost faith. The terror of racism, I never lost faith that the terror of racism would one day end. I never lost faith that because for every racist idea, there was an anti-racist idea. For every killer of the mind, there was a lifesaver of the mind. And in the midst of the human ugliness of racism, there was the human beauty. There is the human beauty in the resistance to racism. That is why I have faith. And I'll never lose my faith that you and I can create an anti-racist America where racial disparities are non-existent, where Americans are no longer manipulated by racist ideas, where Black lives matter. And so I want to thank Imani, Faith, for that. I want to thank all of those in history, all those people across the nation who are learning to be anti-racist, who have dedicated their lives to anti-racist work. You are my rock of faith. You are the nation's rock of faith, and I dedicate my award to all of you. Thank you.